Hello, this video is for our cup making process. They'll have a plaster form, they'll have a paper template to go over that form, 2 pieces. They'll have a needle tool, a cheese cutter, a rolling pin, and 2 wooden slats. They'll have 2 pieces of plastic, a slab of clay. To begin, you're going to have the students look at colored clay. We're going to have a huge selection of it, and they're going to sort of cut off their favorite parts, collect them, and put them on their slab. The next thing they can do is, they're going to have them do is roll the pieces onto the slab with a piece of plastic on top to protect the pattern from smearing. So you can remove the plastic and you have your pattern slab. The paper template is basically a deconstructed cup that fits perfectly around this. So it's basically like a coffee cup. So the piece of paper represents the base and the wall. It's very important that they know to cut out the wall first and then the base with excess clay. Because a lot of people, believe it or not, will put the middle in there and cut it out and then they won't have enough clay. So make sure that they cut out the wall. Make sure they add an inch or 2 to the length so that there's enough to wrap around the form. They're going to place their template on top of their pattern and they're going to trace. Remember, I'm going to add a little extra to each side so it's a little bit longer. And then I'm going to cut So that's the body, and then the base, I can cut from any of the clay outside of that, and I want to have color on it, so I'm going to cut right here. And to remove the excess, next part is constructing the cup itself and putting it together. I would remind the student that they can put the color on the inside or the outside of their cup. If they want it on the inside, it should face up. If they want it on the outside, it should face down. And then they're going to place their form, plaster form, on top of the base. And they're going to pick up their slab. I suggest you have them roll it in the direction that it's going to be a cup as, so that it doesn't open up later. And just remind them that that helps prevent it from cracking open. And then open it up. Then I'm going to wrap that around the base by placing it around and gently pressing as I go. And now where I have overlap, I'm gonna cut through the 2 layers of overlap by slicing like this and removing the excess. Put it back together and recheck. You're going to lift this carefully up and you're going to have them close all the seams, so the bottom's open and the sides open. So I'm pressing this together on the seams. You can also take your plastic and wrap it around the cup. That will help protect any smearing, so fingerprints. I would protect any fingerprint smearing, and you can press the seam closed here. And the same thing on the base. You can press and you don't have to worry about marring the pattern. Make sure before you allow people to remove the insert in the middle that they're completely done with their piece. The piece is very fragile after this is removed. So give it a little bit of a twist. And again, if it does not come out, just leave it inside and just sort of pull it out. If there's no open seams, you can leave it like that. If they're concerned about the edges, please tell them that the edges will be cleaned up for them and they'll be fired and glazed for them. If people ask about putting handles on, I would advise not to allow them to put handles because they can break off during firing. That's it.